Thank you for your incredible contribution. Thank you. We are grateful. And now, after the four presentations have concluded, I would like to open the floor for discussion among the faculty.
Great, Kali Roy. You're doing great job. We appreciate that. And we have a very active chat box, a little bit less active Q&A questions, but some of the questions that came up is what unique about the global CEA, and do we really need another organization internationally? And I think that Stefano, Mladen, Tom did great job of highlighting where CED is ending and where the alliance beginning, and how the two should be living side by side to increase the profile of clinical engineering worldwide. So I would like to ask the faculty just to reflect on the question of, I support two organizations working side by side with the understanding of the differences. Do you have any other comments relating to this collaboration? And that is addressing the faculty.
Well, Yadin, I just say quickly, some of our colleagues know that we tried to do some electronic coursework and post things, and we found 3 and 4 years ago in CED that, you know, it puts a burden on an organization that was not created to maybe provide business transactions, to do a lot of services, transactional work with our colleagues. In other words, we're not so interested in making money as we want our colleagues in the countries to be paid for efforts, you know, when they make them. There's a lot of things we can do voluntarily, but not everything. And we need both a strong alliance with a lot of credibility, but we also need the ability to conduct business. And the GCEA provides that in a way that CED cannot.
Yeah, if I can elaborate on this also with two experiences. One, personally, when I was working at local level with our society to the 2019 Congress in Rome as a local organization committee, working with CED, that is the organization that is organizing that event. And it was a bit strange in some cases that we couldn't really have CED like signing a contract or making commitments that are not cultural but go beyond on a contractual basis, because everything goes up to IFMB, which is good, of course, for some things. Just think of the official relationship with WHO that IFMB has built across decades of wonderful work. But for some other things, it's just not possible to do some things in clinical engineering. Another example has been a few weeks ago. We didn't follow up because time was not too constrained, but we had an opportunity to join with a local organization to apply for a project. And as CED, by charter, we just could not, because it's not a legal entity on its own. So it could not join that project in terms of being a joint member to apply for European funds or these kind of things. With the Alliance, this is just two simple examples, practical examples, where having an organization with its own legal status and clearly focus on clinical engineering can do things that are just not possible if you don't have that kind of status.
Anything on your angle, Mladen?
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's a case of 1 + 1 is more than 2. I think the IFMB, CED, and GCEA, both structurally and in terms of their mission, their vision, the current players, they're both very important complementary roles. It's really a case of both organization, or each organization playing to its strengths. There's definitely space for both CED and GCEA in terms of the enormous challenges, but also the exciting possibilities and potential that faces clinical engineering going forward.
Let's bring up the final polling questions if we can, and ask you to take 10-15 seconds to choose your responses. Question 3, did you learn about GCEA? And you have the options there. And question 4, would you recommend that your association join GCEA? We will give you 5 more seconds to fill it in. We have additional question coming in the Q&A. That's wonderful. And on the chat box. Kali Roy, let's see if we can see the results. Fantastic. We see that we improve from the beginning when I ask you if you have chest pain, would you seek cardiologist? If you have twisted ankle, would you go to an orthopedics? But who goes to the clinical engineer when it's technology question? Now it seems like you have better understanding for our purpose here. That's very, very good progress we made in such a short time. And would you recommend? Nobody said no. Some, 4%, 1% said maybe, but not sure. That's fine. Over 1/3 said that they would recommend, and 60% said that not only they recommend, they will help promote it. I do appreciate it. Fantastic. With that, we're coming to the end of the hour. We need to close our webinar. We will address the question that were put up in the chat box and in the Q&A, and we'll provide you a link to recording that will include those answers as well. I am delighted to be part of such illustrious faculty with so much expertise from different continents, sharing that with us. And Kali Roy, tell us what's next.
Please save the date. The second GCA webinar will take place on October 13, the same time, 6 p.m. UTC, and will be entitled Project Management for the BOSS Executive Sponsor, from our executive guest, Jonathan Gaive.
I don't know if you have a flyer to share with us.
Yes, I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it.
Oh, okay. I am so grateful, Kali Roy Stavriano, for what are you doing for us. Not many people realize that more than a manager of the Global Clinical Engineering Journal, more than secretary for CED, more than a manager for Global CE Alliance, we are having the pleasure of undergraduate and graduate students in our field working with us side by side. This is impressive. Kali Roy, thank you. And to all the audience, see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege and honor. I would like to note that after the end of this webinar, we have a very short 10-second survey coming up. Please let us know whether you find the topic of interest and any recommendations you may have for additional subject areas for future webinars. Thank you all very, very much.